Welcome back, class 9, to our virtual class. So, today we will be dealing with the same topic, that is Mauryan Empire. So, last time we have discussed about who was Chandragupta Maurya and Bindusara. Not Bindusara, Asoka. So, today we will be discussing about a detailed account about who was Asoka. So, coming to the slide, let's go further. Like Bindusar was successor of King Asoka. So Chandragupta Maurya came, then Bindusar, then Asoka. Asoka was a son of Bindusara. So Asoka was the third greatest ruler of Mauryan dynasty, where here it is a short story regarding Ashoka. So Bindusara sent Ashoka at the age of 8 to the Taxila as a province. Taxila is a province, as there was a problem in that place. Bindusara sent Ashoka when he was like 8 years of old to Taxila because there was problem in that place. So Asoka handled that problem with great confidence, and people of Taxila became happy as the problem was solved by Asoka. So, this is the short description regarding like how great Asoka was as a at the very young age. Like he was very much confident enough to solve the problems of the people of his community. So with that, what happened was Bindusar was very happy, and Asoka was appointed as viceroy. So what do you mean by viceroy? Viceroy means it's like a ruler. It's like a ruler with authority. So after the settlement case of Taxila, Asoka as a young prince was promoted to high and important position, and that important position was viceroy of which place or which province? Ujjain. So he proved to be a very much confident leader in the eyes of his father, and his father was so much impressed by his son that he appointed Asoka as a viceroy of Ujjain. Now accession to throne. So Bindusar had so many sons also. So what was that? Asoka was the ablest son, was a like able son to Bindusara. So, but Asoka was disliked by his brothers and led to struggle for the throne. So every brothers were fighting regarding Bindusar's throne, that who will be the next king of Mauryan Empire. So every now and then there were like certain things, problems in the families were also there. So Asoka and now it is believed in a history that Ashoka killed his brother and acceded to the throne in 273 BC. So like it was like very much of things like related to their family matters. People like brothers were fighting with brothers, and ultimately what happened was Asoka took a bold step to kill his brother in 273, and ultimately he became the king of Mauryan Empire. Now after his accession, let's we talk about what happened after he became a king. He behaved like a very despotic ruler, and he was like careless. Previously he was like careless, and he was fond of pleasures. Like as a king he had so much of richness, he was so much of money or coins, that treasures were there, and he was like keep on giving those treasures to the people, like women, especially to women, and he was indulged in like worldly pleasures. And on top of that he built a cell to torture people also. Like he built a cage type of cell where people were tortured if Asoka didn't like that people. So moreoverly he inherited like a vast empire built by his grandfather Chandragupta Maurya. Not father, I'm sorry, grandfather Chandragupta Maurya. So after accession, what happened as a king, he was a despotic ruler. He was fond with like he was indulged in worldly pleasures, and he built a cell, like a four wall structure, where he used to torture people if he didn't like those kind of people. And he inherited a vast empire built by his grandfather Chandragupta Maurya. Now this point is the main important point. Like, Kalinga was one of that province which was like Asoka did not conquer easily. He did not conquer easily because there were certain things that um, was very much important to like Kalinga was one of the strategic point where from Chandragupta Maurya also couldn't conquer, and ultimately Asoka also wanted to conquer Kalinga province, but after a very much bloody war, only then the Kalinga was conquered by Asoka. So coming to the next slide, let's go further. This one, conquest of Kalinga. Now in this map, here it is a map where it is located. Kalinga is located in this side of the map. So it is situated in Orisha. It is situated in, sorry, Orissa. And Asoka conquered in ninth year of coronation in 261 BC. So Vima, like there are so much of movies are also there related to Chandragupta, this one Asoka. So this one, like Kalinga war was described in 13 rock edicts of Asoka. So I guess the meaning of rock edicts it's clear. So what happened to Kalinga, what happened after Kalinga war? Kalinga war led to slaughter of animals, death of people, and deportation of large number of people. Like deportation means expulsion, expulsion of large number of people. So what happened, like that Kalinga war was not very like it was a ruthless war done by King Asoka. So the consequences of that Kalinga war was it led to the slaughter of animals, death of people, and deportation of large number of people. Now on top of that, 1,50,000 people, men, were deported to other places, and 1 lakh of people were killed. So it was like not very good in nature because it was forced by King Asoka. So let's go to the next slide. This one, continuation of this one. So after continuous of war, what happened, like he was from heart, he thought that he became very thoughtful and decided to give up war forever. So what happened was, after seeing so much of blood and so much of death, destruction, and the King Asoka was like very much in a regretful state that he killed so much of people, he killed so much of things, he did non-violence, that he was like he wanted to change because there was a change of heart in his life. So he decided to win people's heart not by war but by through pity, by dharma vijaya. So he said that this violence is not good. So there he need to surrender his like war like nature, like fighter nature, into like a peaceful person. So change in Asoka's character was a turning point of his life. I'll repeat, change in Asoka's character was turning point of his life, which transformed Asoka from Chandasoka to Dharmashoka. This Chandasoka is like we talked about Asoka, like he was very much indulged in worldly pleasure. So the word was given, such a nickname was given to Asoka, like Chandrasoka at that period of time. But when when a change of heart was occurred to him, then he began to call as a Dharmashoka. So he became like a follower of Buddhism. He became a follower of Buddha and decided to spread peace and love among his subjects. So this picture depicts, like, it's a pictorial representation of how Asoka surrendered to Buddhism. So he ruled for 37 years and died in 236 BC. Like, Asoka ruled for 37 years and died in 236 BC. So let's talk about the reason behind the Kalinga War. We need to, it's, this is not there in your book, but this is a important thing that I have added in this video. So what is the reason behind Chandragupta Maurya also going for conquest for Kalinga, as well as Bindusar, as well as Asoka? The political reason is that the reason for invading Kalinga were both political as well as economic. They were the first from the region who travel offshore to the southeast for trade. For that reason, Kalinga had important ports and powerful navy. The most important thing is that invading Kalinga was for political as well as economic. And what were there in Kalinga? Kalinga had important ports and powerful navy. Kalinga was strategic threat to the Mauryan Empire. It could interrupt communication between Mauryan capital and Pataliputra and Maurya possession in central Indian peninsula. Kalinga also controlled the coastline of the Strait of Bay of Bengal. So strategic importance. So this was like, strategic importance means it's related to geography or location, because whenever there is certain things or kingdoms, it is there, the location is very important. So Kalinga at that period of time was very much important for every person in the residing in, whether it was invaders from foreign country or it was for the kings, because it has the important ports as well as a powerful navy and and it could interrupt the communication. If the king didn't wanted like other kings to be flourished, the uh, communication can be communication can be done, closed. So Kalinga also controlled the coastline of trade in Bay of Bengal. So in your class 8 history, I hope you have studied regarding why East India Company took over India. It's regarding for trade. Similarly, at that period of time also, back date in when their Mauryan Empire was also there, trade was the most important thing in the world. Now coming to the next slide. This is like Ashokan rock edit, 13th rock Ashokan red edits, where the war like we can say it like description, what were the massive destruction led in Kalinga war was done, is it's written in this stone. So the story of the destruction in Kalinga due to the war was inscribed on a stone that was built by Asoka. According to that beloved of the gods, King Priyadarshi conquered the Kalingas 8 years after his coronation. 150 years were deported and 1000s were killed and many more died. So this I have already discussed in previous slides discussed. So this is the rough translation of whatever the things it is written in this stone. So now after Asoka, he ruled for 37 years, and after the death of Asoka, 7 kings ruled Mauryan Empire. But that kings were totally incompetent. So what happened was, the last king was Brihadarta. The spelling is Brihadra. The last king was Brihadatta, who was assassinated by his general by Pushy Push Pusha Amitra. So and after that, when this Brihadatta was assassinated by his general, a new empire emerged that is known as Sungha dynasty. Sungha dynasty. So this is the things that how Asoka ascend the throne, how he became, what was the character before he was like before his change of heart, why Kalinga as a province was important, why how Asoka ruled, how he surrendered to Buddhism, and after Asoka there were 7 kings who were very incompetent, and after that the how Shunga dynasty established. So this much for today. So I'll be continuing in next videos. Kindly complete your work as well as your exercise. Till then, stay safe and take care.